This week, me and her are back at Mueller State Park. Y'all hop in, come go with us. It's gonna be a great weekend. We normally don't go back to the same place twice. I think y'all have heard me say that several times, but Mueller State Park was so phenomenal the first time we were here that we just had to come back. The bike trails are just amazing, and there's so many of them you can just ride all day long. But now we got those bikes that have the fat tires on them and 750 watts, and it's going to take us back where the beautiful views are going to be, so you're really not going to want to miss this. And on top of that, her has created an amazing menu for this weekend that we're going to cook out here on the BioLite. And I'm sure some of it's going to taste so good you're going to want to slap your mama. Well, camp's all set up, and man, we're just going to relax this evening. It's been another hard week, and we're going to really enjoy this 3-day Memorial Day weekend. We're here for 2 full days before we have to worry about packing up. You know, normally we come in on a Friday afternoon and then turn right around, and you know, we have 1 day to enjoy ourselves, and we start packing up Saturday night to get out by 10 o'clock on Sundays so we can beat the crowds and get back to the RV storage so we can dump and then get home and unpack. You know the whole deal. This week we're going to relax. We got 2 days. The weather's supposed to cooperate to a point. We've got some rain coming in Saturday night. Maybe a little bit even on Sunday, but we're prepared for that. It's okay. If we don't cook outside, that's okay too.
We've done it before.
Done it before. But I'm videoing this on my Osmos Pocket 3, and I've got it hooked to my phone here, and I can show you around camp without even getting up because I'm kind of lazy.
I'm not lazy. I'm just kind of tired tonight, that's all. It's been a hard week.
It's kind of hoping for a little better view because there are some beautiful mountains right on the other side of those trees right there, snow-capped and all that. Tell me that ain't cool. That's cool. I didn't even know I could do that until I started reading on how to keep this thing in focus, and I think I like this camera even more. Hooked up to electric. They don't have water or sewer. They have water spigots that you can go fill your jugs and stuff up with. So it's not full hookups, which most state parks aren't. Last time we were here, we were down the hill a little bit in Site 45. It had some amazing views of Pikes Peak and all that. I mean, this place is just incredible. Has a great visitor center that you can get your souvenirs, your park passes and stuff. And well, I tell you what, I mean, this video right here, you can watch that and you can see all about it the first time we were here. But this one's not the only one we're going back to this year. West Chicago Creek had such a great impact on us that we want to go back. We want to go back while the snow melts so the river's running. And this time we're actually going to do the 12-mile hike all the way up to the top of the summit up behind there. It's just going to be awesome. Other than that, I'm going to quit boring you with my chit chat, and I'm going to relax for a little bit. Then we're going to get some food started, get a fire going. The fire danger's in moderate right now, so we can have an outside fire. All right. I want to welcome all the new subscribers. I know, man, it just humbles me that y'all want to watch me come out here every week and camp in the Palomino and do what we do, you know, week after week. But we're getting ready to start some dinner up, and I know a lot of y'all haven't seen this yet. And this is what we call the BioLite. We cook off this thing every single time we're out. And what this is an enclosed fire pit that you can either cook on because it has this grill, or you can put it in here put your fire in and sit beside it. And what's cool about this is it's got this battery right here, and you can run this from your phone also. And you turn this on, and what it does is it puts air through all these tubes that it has, and it circulates the fire, and it becomes a smokeless fire pit. And that's how they advertise it. So at a lot of places that don't let you have an open fire, you can still have this because it's not open, it's still enclosed, and they won't even see the smoke. These are those tubes running through here and right along the bottom, and it just circulates that air. One thing is, if you ain't careful, man, it'll burn that wood up really quick if you turn this fan on high. And so I've had this now for almost 3 years, and I've never charged this fan. I've used it countless times, and it still has plenty of charge in it to get us through maybe even this season. There's also a couple of bad reviews out there on this. They say that it rusts out real quick, and they've only used it a few times, and this wire mesh rusts out, or the bottom, or these holes get clogged. And I can see that if you didn't have it in a cover like I do, and you left it out in the weather, and you didn't clean it up. And it looks like I didn't really clean it up that much last time I used it, but it still looks pretty good, and I guarantee it'll get me through this week. So tonight we're having stuffed pork chops with rice. The cool thing about being plugged in gives you a little bit more liberty on what you can bring and cook. You know, we brought our little mini rice cooker with us and able to have rice out here. She found these thick pork chops at the store and made the little cuts and stuffed them and all that. The first idea was to grill them, but then I was thinking that all the cheese would just melt out and get all over the grill. So we decided to bake them in that pan just like we would the oven, and they turned out good so far. Well, after that dinner and the week I've had, I'm done. I need to get a good night's sleep. It's not even dark yet. We were going to have a fire tonight and everything, but I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. We got a big day tomorrow, so stay with us. It's going to be exciting. So until then, I'll see you at coffee in the morning. Good Saturday morning. Thanks for joining me for coffee. We would be having this outside on the picnic table, but it's 40 degrees and the wind's blowing a little bit. I have no desire to be out there right this second. We're all the way down here on the end, close to the bike trails. And what's nice about that is there was no traffic. You know, I know we're in one of these little pull-offs right off the side of the road, or pull-throughs, or whatever you want to call these little campsites. And normally those are just right on next to the road, but last night there was no traffic at all, and it was quiet. And granted, it was Friday night, and Saturday night's usually when the party starts. That's kind of what I like about the state parks. I understand it's full of a lot of people. There's a lot of rules here. But in the end, everybody kind of behaves in the state park. It's not like the other campgrounds that we go to where people can step and party pretty much all night long and have their barking dogs around and their loud motorcycles and things like that. The state parks, there seems like they're a little bit more, I don't know, they care a little bit more, almost like between a Walmart and a Target, you might say. Anyway, going back to the bike ride, I think we're even going to pack our lunch. There's no telling when we're going to be back. And, you know, all those ambitions are real good until you actually get out there and you start getting tired of it, and you're back, and all of a sudden you've only been gone for an hour, kind of like the sand dunes. Thought we were going to be out there sandboarding all day long, and we were only out there for a couple hours, and that's all I wanted of that. Well, that's enough wasting your time. I'm going to eat my muffin and finish my coffee and get ready to get out and have a good time today. We'll see you on the trail. See what I was telling you about those views? I mean, just incredible. Well, that was about 7 miles right there. That was amazing, wasn't it? My goodness. We're back at camp. We're gonna grab some lunch, get a quick charge on these batteries on these bikes, and head back out. I mean, that's only just a little bit. There's so many other places that we were wanting to go see. There's some old log cabins. I think, you know, we saw some already, but there's some old homesteads back over here that we didn't get to see last time we were here. And even that trail right there, that was trail number 17. You know, we didn't go all the way down there last time because we didn't have the battery power. And this time we did, and it was a workout. You think these electric bikes, do everything for you, but they don't, especially when you're going uphill. And the difference between these and just regular bikes is they don't have the low gears, you might say. You can take them down to 1, but it's not like a normal bike where you can go low, 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 and then you can pedal real fast and barely be moving. These here don't go that low, and especially with a guy my size, I need like a 1,000 to pull me up some of them real steep hills that they've got back here. And we made it though. Legs are burning, a little bit jello, but these next trails we hit are gonna be just as cool, if not better. Other than that, we're gonna sit and have some lunch and enjoy finally some weather we can stay out here with shorts in. Before I eat and all that, I wanted to show y'all one of the new additions to our camping gear that we have. This is the Conbola, I guess that's how you pronounce it, little solar fan. Being the small YouTube channel that I am, I don't get very many offers on people wanting to send me stuff, and this right here was sent to me from the company to test out and to try out, and I kind of wanted to give my perspective to y'all on kind of how it worked. So here's the unboxing of it. So you can see that it's not very many moving parts in here. It just comes with a fan, the solar panel, and the charging cord. And it's so simple just to hook on. It just comes with a C charging cable. It just hook right in the back of the solar panel right there. Some of the features on it is the real cool little light it has, LED light. It has 3 levels on it. And then the fan itself has 4 different levels at 25, 50, 75, and 100%. Or you can use this at home or when you go camping. You can put the solar panel in the window to charge it, or you can just lay it out here on the picnic table and it'll charge up. Last night under full charge, running at 50%. I don't know when it shut off. It didn't last a full 9 hours. I'm going to try it again tonight at 25%, and I'll let you know how that goes. But I was happy with the volume of air that it put out, and kind of made it real nice to have that fan noise in the background. You can buy these from Amazon or just straight off their website. I'll put the links in the description below. Other than that, I'm just really happy that they sent me this fan. We've been looking for one. We got one right now that takes like 4D batteries, and it just costs a fortune to run that thing for a weekend. This one here sure is going to be worth the money. With commercial time being over, we're going to have some lunch here. We got us some regular just potato salad in a jug and charcuterie board and some garlic and herb and cheese. We're going to make it simple. Lunches should be simple. It should just be a snack and go, and then you have your big dinner. I think tonight we're doing steak and baked potatoes. But it looks like it may rain, so we may have to do them in the Palomino.
We'll do the potatoes inside, but we'll figure it out.
We may just have to cut the potatoes up and fry them in there instead of baking them out here on the BioLite.
That sounds good.
But either way, I'm hungry. 7 miles, that was a workout for me. So we're gonna eat. Well, that was another 5 miles. I didn't want to bore you with too much footage of that because it's almost the same. Had some distinct views there with the rocks and the mountains in the background. I thought was kind of cool. But we were going to go a little bit further, but we decided to cut it short because of this right here. We don't have a lot of time left, so we decided to come back and start picking up camp and getting everything ready for the deluge that's fixing to happen. It's starting to already cool down a little bit more, and so we're just going to get everything put away out here that we don't want to get wet, which is everything. But it's either that or sit in the apartment all week or go to outlet malls and spend too much money, and I don't know. There's so much other stuff we could do, but I'd rather be in the woods. Well, the good news is they took the rain out of the forecast. I wish I could be that wrong at my job. So what that means is we get to eat outside tonight. So we've got steak and potatoes on the grill and getting everything ready for that. So this is what we got so far. The top of this biolight gets so hot that you're able to fry your bacon just right on it. It's pretty cool. Yeah, that's from those homemade fire starters that I made just out of dryer lint and some wax and an egg carton. Worked out pretty good, huh? That's kind of like a s'mores on steroids right there. Man, that's good. I can't eat too many of them though. I can tell you right now, I'm about done with this wind and this cold. It's rocking on about 8 o'clock and I think I'm gonna call it a night. It got cold last night. I'm not gonna let it get cold tonight. Other than that, I'll see you in the morning for coffee. Well, good Sunday morning, and thanks for joining me for Coffee with the Old Man. In this segment, we're going to complain about coffee. Yesterday I used this percolator here that fits inside that metal coffee can, and it just didn't end up right. It ended up with grains all in our coffee. I've tried it 2 or 3 times before. I've watched videos on how to do it and how to do the right kind of cowboy coffee, and you just still end up having to drink it through your teeth. I use a medium to coarse grain coffee. I don't boil the water. And when it starts to percolate, I only do it for 5 to 7 minutes. But it still just boils over and gets all down into the water, and then I have to pour it through a paper towel just where I can drink it. We've been using this French press, I don't know, for the last 3 years, and it works great. It's just leaves a lot of sludge in the bottom. And if that screen just ain't exactly right when you push it down, all the little grains bypass that as well, and you just end up with just nasty stuff. If y'all know how to make the perfect coffee using that percolator that goes in that metal can, just let me know, because I'm willing to try anything. So here's a couple of options that I'm looking at trying for next week. This stainless steel screen mechanism thing, and then maybe these little paper filter things that you can just open up and put right over your cup. We may get both to try them out. On another note, that you know how they took the rain out of the forecast yesterday, allowing us to sit outside and cook out on the BioLite for the second time this year, and it was, incredible. I just love doing that. Seems like the food always tastes better when it's cooked outside. It can be stew, but it's still going to taste better when it's cooked over a fire or over charcoal or something like that. The end result is, even though the rain was held off, the wind picked up and it got cold, and it was just a beating to sit out there by the campfire, because it was swirling and there was no escaping the smoke. And I mean, I'm sure you can probably hear it in my voice this morning. I'm congested just because of that. But to wrap all that up, so about midnight last night, we had a huge hailstorm come through that wasn't on the radar, and it wasn't even predicted. And I'm sure it wasn't near as bad as what it sounded like. When you're sitting in a camper like this, it sounds like you're getting hit with bowling ball size hail, but in actuality, it might have been just pea size. But I checked the truck this morning. There's been no damage, but I was sure glad we put everything up last night, that's for sure. And it's still misty rain, and I don't know when it's going to clear up, so we're going to check it out and see, and kind of wait it out, then head to the visitor center. And I was going to give you an update about that fan. So I turned it on at 8 o'clock last night, and at 7:30 I turned it off, and it was still running. That was at 25%. So I'm pretty pleased with it. It put out, even on the low setting, it put out enough air that you could feel it moving, and it didn't get stale. You know how it goes, and it's stuffy. It kept the air moving, and so I really do like that fan. Well, I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to finish my coffee and have a muffin and kind of organize this camper, since I can't really do anything outside right now. So I'll get back with you here in a few minutes. These rainy, nasty weekends like this really makes me want to second guess on why I'm staying out here. We're cooped up in that little small camper and can't go bike riding. There's really nothing we can do. Is it better than sitting in the apartment? Why, sure. Anything's better than that. But just sitting there watching Netflix or playing on your phone, I mean, you can do that in the comfort of your own couch, or you're laying in your own bed. Yeah, it's kind of a catch-22. It's just hard to justify either one of them, to be honest. I know that if we pack up and go home, she's going to get bored, and I'm going to get bored. Tomorrow's Memorial Day, and we'll end up going to stores and spending money. But if we're trapped in a small camper sitting on the truck, we can't go spend any money. Yeah, I don't know. Or I could spend the rest of the next couple of days editing this video instead of working late during the week and trying to get this out by Thursday. And here's another kicker. We're scheduled every weekend to be at some kind of campsite or some kind of really cool exhibit. And next weekend, they're calling for 90% chance of rain. Do I believe them? I don't know. Or do we go and get all of our stuff wet again? And chance you take, I guess. Well, I just about got this video in the bag. I appreciate y'all coming with us and experiencing this amazing state park. Man, I tell you, if you're ever this way, it's sure worth it. I mean, we put as many miles as we could on those bikes and we still only explored maybe half of it. So until next time, always remember, leave it better than you found it. And if I don't see you on the trail, I'll see you down the road.